Hello everyone, this is Siddharth here from Aquariums India, and we have with us Mr. Heiko Bleher, who is a German researcher, author, photographer and filmmaker best known in the scientific community for his contribution to the exploration of freshwater and brackish water habitats worldwide. And he's an avid explorer in short. So let's hear for him about his favorite Indian destinations for expeditions. Over to you, sir.
Okay, first of all, I have written for more than 5 years extensively about India, about their history, and about discoveries of the first discoverer until today. And I have written about so many species in your country. Actually, I recorded more than 1,000 different freshwater species and brackish. And they are all listed in my new book, every single one. Also, my new book is only volume 1, which includes the primary families, including all the cyprinids, and volume 2 will have all the other families. So in any event, I have been to many places, and to say which is a favorite is very difficult. I had amazing experience at the border Arunachal Pradesh with Bhutan.
Bhutan, yeah.
And I have had very good experience. One of my fascinating countries, maybe the number 1 in India, is Nagaland.
Okay.
I have done extensive research there. And then in addition, I have been many times to Kerala, Karnataka, to practically all the spaces. And I was once in Gujarat only.
Okay.
Gujarat has an amazing fish which almost no Indian person knows. It's the Aphanius. It's an Aphanius species. It's a killifish that lives only 1 year. And what else can I say? I had.
What's one of the most challenging states where in expeditions in India? So
maybe most challenging, as I mentioned at the beginning, is Arunachal Pradesh, but also the foot of the Himalaya.
Okay.
You know, this is very interesting area.
So
mountainous.
So
Simla and this region up there, very interesting. But
So
they are destroying it. No? Unfortunately, or they're building dams, or they're making tourist spots now.
Yeah.
And I have been in one place where I was 5 years ago. It was paradise on earth, and I went back 2 years and it was all destroyed.
So do you plan to come down to West Bengal, because we have the mangrove forest there itself, which shares with Bangladesh, and the Sundarbans that
I was there also. It's a very interesting area. Yes, the Sundarbans, very nice. Many native tribes people live there. No? I visited, and there are some very interesting fish. And actually, maybe one of the most interesting fish on the planet you have in this region, and that's called Rhinomugil corsula. And this fish has been described so long ago. But the interesting thing is the only fish on this planet which can look above and below water the same way.
Okay.
It's not like the South and Central American so-called four-eye fish, which has a split in his eye lens.
Okay.
The upper part looks above water and the lower part below water. And the fish you have in the Sundarbans that looks with one eye, he can immediately detect the difference. You understand?
Yes.
When you're below water, you don't see exactly whether above water is the same
Yes.
place, the different position. And this fish knows the position precisely.
What's your favorite Indian fish?
Well, Rhinomugil corsula is one of them, but there's another one which is also unique worldwide. You have only in India. It's the former genus Horaictis, which was recently placed in another generic name, in Oritias, which I actually don't agree with. But it's the only small fish, very small. It's only about 2.5 centimeters, and it's only found in the Western Ghats, no other place.
Okay.
And this fish is the most unique killifish on the planet.
Okay. And if you can briefly discuss about the biotopes of India.
Well, unfortunately, most of the biotopes are being destroyed or completely destroyed. And worst of all, the most beautiful biotopes you have are polluted, so terribly polluted. In my book, I show very little.
So, what are the
Most
areas
then-
that have good conditions for biotopes?
Well, I go back to Arunachal Pradesh. I go back to Nagaland. I go back to where else? There are not so many. There are not so many. In the high Himalayas, yes, you still find good areas, but especially on the Western Ghats, and I saw even in Eastern Ghats, much of it is destroyed, unfortunately.
So what is the commonality between all the biotopes that you have traveled or researched across the globe?
Well, that's also difficult to answer because it's not only in India, it's all over the world. I have 2 destinations every year, at least for the last 50 years. And this one is the Amazon region, and the other one is New Guinea, second
Okay.
largest island in the world. Because in these 2 areas, there's still most of the remaining part of the rainforest left.
Okay.
And they are still in both places. Also, they're becoming less every year. There are also regions no one has done research.
Okay.
But I have to go there with a chartered airplane, with a helicopter, or I have to walk through the forest. Or like last month, I was on 2 Amazon expeditions, and